Hey YouTube, how we doing? Yeah, there we go. That's right. Today we got a new book review for you. As you can see right there, it's James Comey's latest thing, A Higher Loyalty. So stay tuned past that intro. We're gonna get into this, and as you can see, I've marked a bunch of places I'd like to talk about. Okay, YouTube, thank you so much for sticking with me. So, like I talked about, we're going to take a look at James Comey's newest book. Now, I'm going to put aside my feelings for the man for just a second, and I have to say it like this. He said he wrote a book about leadership, and he used 3 presidents as his benchmark. 43, 44, and 45. He has severe contempt for 2 of them. Not 1, but 2. Anywho, my gut feeling is if you're a Trump hater, you're going to love this book. If you're a Trump supporter, you'll be detested by this book. If you're an average person, you're going to go, huh? Because, you know, I read this and I went, okay, so let's hear about what the heck you were thinking during certain points of the 2016 election cycle. And I got to tell you guys, I'm getting really sick of it. The Democratic National Party just filed a lawsuit saying the Republicans stole the election, so now they want all kinds of discovery. I'm betting the Republicans are going to sue them back for other crap. It doesn't stop. But here's another reason why it doesn't stop. Now, I got to give him credit, okay? It took me till page 94 before I went, all right, so before he became Deputy Attorney General, he was asked how he would handle conflict with the White House. And I guess his wife taped part of his answer to his refrigerator door. Now, this is how I'm going to judge the rest of the book. His answer, his words, right here on page 94. He says, I don't care about politics. I don't care about expediency. I don't care about friendship. I care about doing the right thing. And I would never be part of something that I believe to be fundamentally wrong. I mean, obviously, we all make policy judgments where people disagree, but I will do the right thing. That's important for the rest of this that I'm going to talk about real quick. Well, as quick as I can, okay? I don't want this being a half-hour book review. I'm going to try to keep it as brief as possible. So I'm reading more, and it brought me up to page 117. All right? A little bit of a jump there. Now, when he got sworn in as the head of the FBI, all right, Bob Mueller's walking out. He's coming in. He claims up and down in the book they weren't close friends. They were just confidants. They were people who worked together. You know, there wasn't a relationship there. And I guess President Obama turned to him and had a serious face and said, hey, Jim, there's one thing I forgot to talk to you about. And he says he looks confused. The president nodded towards Bob Mueller. And he says, Bob long ago made a commitment to me, and I need you to honor it. And he's thinking, oh, God, what could this be? What could this be? What could this be? The president was asking for his independence. Now he's asking for secret crap. And he paused, Obama that is, and he goes, well, Bob Mueller's always let me use the FBI gym to play basketball. I need you to commit to that. And he says, of course, Mr. President, it is, and that's what kills me. I don't know if you can see it right there. The way that is written. The little italics. your gym in a way. Okay, so this is what struck me with that. Are you signifying that the director of the FBI is a subordinate of the president? Which is what you've been screaming up and down. He's not, and they're independent, and they're separate, and they need to be different, and we need to have this big distance. So, okay, Obama has to play basketball in the gym, and you're like, fuck, your gym, go ahead. It's not a slam on Obama, but a lot of this is going to come back to play in a moment. Okay, so where we at? Hold on. Here we go. Page 128. He goes, once he took over as director of the FBI, he was amazed at the talent, but frightened by one trend. The special agent workforce since 9/11 had been growing steadily more white. Really? Doesn't matter who your fucking workforce is. If minorities don't want to work for the FBI, there's a reason. But you're concerned because Whitey is working for you. And I'm sorry, but that actually upset me. He said, when I became director, 83% of the special agents were non-Hispanic Caucasians. As I explained to the workforce, I had no problem with white people, but obviously you did, Jimmy. But the trend is a serious threat to our effectiveness. In a country that is growing more diverse, in which my view is wonderful, Democratic stronghold right there, diversity. If every agent looks like me, we're less effective. So what? 6'10", pasty ass white boy? Really, Jim? Really? 83% could become 100% very quickly if the FBI became known as a place where white people work. Jim, really? Moving on. We get up to about page 140. And he starts talking about, Michael Bowden. Excuse me, Michael Brown. Michael Brown. This is the one point where, Jimmy, I agreed with you in your whole book. I went, damn good of you to put it in here. It says, contrary to what most of the public had heard or thought they had seen, there was reliable evidence that Michael Brown was not surrendering when he was shot. There was DNA evidence. You cannot fake that. That he had assaulted the officer and tried to take his gun. In one sense, these conclusions by federal investigators reached after Michael Brown's death didn't matter. True. Because of race pimpers, race baiters, and crap. Most of the world had already heard false reports and believed Brown was gunned down while surrendering with his hands up. In the time it took for the truth to get its boots on, false information had circled the earth many, many, many times. Yep. Agree with that 100%. I always said when it happened, let's wait for the evidence to come forward. Wait for the DNA evidence. You can't falsify that. But Ferguson burned. So, hold on. Now we're up to page 162, and I love this. Well, let me step back to 161. Although much has been made of Hillary Clinton's emails in the FBI investigation, the focus of the Bureau's investigation is often lost. Criminal investigation was not centered on the fact that Secretary Clinton decided to use non-governmental email to do her work. In an attempt to blur the seriousness of the case, her defenders often cite the fact that one of her predecessors, Colin Powell, often used non-governmental email, in this case, AOL, as if that were relevant to the investigation. In fact, it entirely misses the point. I've never seen any indication that Powell discussed on his AOL account information that was classified at the time. But there were numerous examples of Secretary Clinton having done so. Okay, so I'm ex-Army. When you have your security clearance, you're briefed on a whole bunch of crap and how easy it is to lose it, how easy it is to go to jail for doing dumb things with classified material. But moving on. Hold on, where is it? This is one that I go, okay, Jim, you really didn't carry forward. Page 164. The misdemeanor charge Petraeus received for mishandling classified material was reasonable and consistent with past cases. I argued strongly to Attorney General Holder that Petraeus should also be charged with a felony for lying to the Bureau. Okay, so, you're taking a hard stand here, but obviously you didn't elsewhere. Now, I agree over on 165. Washington is a tribal city. Prominent Republicans, immediately and particularly began chanting that the Obama administration couldn't be trusted to investigate the Democratic Party's presidential frontrunner and former official in the Obama administration. Yeah, well, I agree. Because she was touting forever and a day. She's the beneficiary of his legacy. So if she goes down, what does that say about POTUS? All right, we're up to about 168. I mean, guys, seriously. Oh, here we go. Excuse me, on 169. When he's briefing everyone and saying he has a Clinton email investigation open, which the whole world knew anyway, Attorney General Lynch agreed it made sense to go ahead and release the info, but she added quickly, call it a matter. Why would I do that, I asked. Call it a matter, came her answer. Like they weren't campaigning for her. I mean, guys, seriously. Like here, another bit of his words contributing to this problem was President Obama. He jeopardized the Department of Justice's credibility in the investigation by saying in a 60-minute interview that Clinton's email use was a mistake and had not endangered national security. On Fox News, April 10th, 2016, he said Clinton may have been careless, but did not do anything to intentionally harm national security. Guys, there's a case out there, and this guy's in jail. He's in Leavenworth. An ex-Navy sailor took some stupid pictures on a frickin' sub. He thought he deleted them, thought he destroyed his phone, he threw it overboard. When they were draining an area, they found his phone, re-energized it, saw the pictures, tracked him down. He went to jail. Because he took a picture of something he shouldn't have. So, double standard? Just asking. I'm not going to get into the rest of this like I really want to. His whole book is full of crap. His whole book is full of double standards. Okay? But there is some stuff back through here. Heck. When he's talking about briefing Trump on the dossier, people told him point blank, I'm scared for you to do it. You know? How he starts to insult the president about his orange skin and he can see underneath his eyes, where the goggles were because they're kind of white, and how impressed he was with the size of his hands and they weren't as small as he thought they'd be. You're writing a book about leadership, you jackass. Should that be in here? Seriously, should it? He's talking about when he has dinner with the president and how it concerned him, and that's what made him start writing memos. He even admits in his book why he leaked the stuff to get a special prosecutor to look into Trump. So the president goes in a tweet, I hope there's not any tapes. And Jim Comey wakes up at 3 in the morning in a cold sweat and goes, I hope there are. Here's the memos. Go after him. That's not leadership. He keeps going back to his days as an attorney when he was prosecuting mobsters. The only reason he got to prosecute these guys and get information from them was a New York City police officer who had a lengthy history with the mob and treated them like the men of honor they thought they were. Sammy the Bull Gravano says point blank, when he saw Comey, he looked, he saw that cop and went, well, if you're with him, you're a good guy. All throughout here, he keeps attributing the president to a mob boss and trying to create American Cosa Nostra. You know, the American thing of ours. And bring you close, bring you into me. Seriously? Trump got elected with no political crap. He doesn't know how the insides and outsides work. So when he talks to you, he's talking to you. But, you know, this is starting to go on. Like I said, there's just more in here. This is a book. If you hate Trump, go buy it. You'll love it. If you like the president, you're going to get outraged by what you read. And I'm serious. As you can see here, these are just the things that I wasn't talking about. All right? But yet, he goes on this great book tour. He's making money. He's doing stuff. And he's going, well, I don't need the money. Right. So you wrote this for what reason, Jimmy? You haven't shown leadership. You even attacked Rudy Giuliani in the beginning, going he was all about himself. And get between Giuliani and the camera, and you'll be in a jail cell, and you'll be this, and you'll be that. Seriously, you jackass? You were an underling. He's your boss. You were nothing. He's the guy who gave you a chance. That's how you treat him. But, you know, these are just my thoughts. Like I said, sorry. I'm not trying to get off on a political rant here. I read it because I wanted to hear his words, and I wanted to see his words, and I wanted this to be something different than what it was, and it wasn't. But that's my opinion. I want to know what you think down below. You guys have been watching my channel. You know the drill by now. Put it down there, okay? If you're a first-time viewer of the channel, I want to thank you so much for watching this. It's a weird video for you to watch, I know. Sorry, I tried not to bring politics to my channel, but this is just, you pompous jackass. You're going to see a symbol popping up down here. That's going to be the company logo. Go click on that. That's going to bring you right to subscribe. Once you click on that subscribe, please click on the bell icon that's going to be right next to it. That is going to notify you every single time we upload a video. Now, speaking of videos, they're going to be over here, or over here. Be two of them that YouTube's going to select from my catalog of videos. Guys, there it is. Buy it if you want to. I read it. I read it in a night and a half. I was disgusted by it. My thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching.